In honor of Veterans Day, we wanted to find out some ways how we can show gratitude to our vets inside and outside of our homes.
In today's Home Improvement, brought to you by Aero Service Team, we welcome a 24-year veteran of the North Dakota Army National Guard, Dennis Beck. Dennis is also a veteran liaison officer with the Wall of Honor nonprofit. Hi, Dennis. Welcome.
Good morning, Natalie and Michael.
Good morning. Good to have you here today.
Yes, thank you so much. What an appropriate day to have us in to visit about the Wall of Honor and patriotism and what the country is based on.
Absolutely, Dennis. Well, let's start out by how can we display our patriotism inside and outside of our homes?
Well, I think the most simple way in our homes, we can have flags and red, white, and blue, different arrangements and stuff we can put in our home. But the biggest way outside of our home that we can do it is we can properly present the flag and its colors in the right manner, following the etiquette. We can also, one of the basic principles, is the right to vote. And get out there and vote on a basis and show your patriotism. Basically, when your fellow citizens, fellow neighbors, anybody is in need, if you can go out there and support them and help them, those are ways that we can show patriotism. The military is based on a lot of principles that our forefathers established way back in the 1700s, and so we want to continue to support that, and that's what patriotism is all about.
Mm-hmm. And Dennis, you mentioned some etiquette for hanging the flag. I know for civilians like me, the etiquette for having an American flag out may not be as obvious as someone who has served. What are the rules for hanging a flag outside your home?
You got to properly display them free of any obstructions. Also, lighting is important. If you're going to have it out at night, you're supposed to have a light shining on it. You always want to properly dispose of the flags. Our local AMVETS and American Legion will help you with that. We've also got pamphlets and brochures that are free to the public that can be obtained for any of those organizations. The biggest thing is, too, if a flag becomes frayed or basically torn, it's always properly care for that. Always treat it with respect, and if all else fails, always ask a neighbor who's a fellow veteran, and they can help you out.
Sure. Very good tips, and we also were able to show some pictures of how to properly display, and also just how to display some patriotism in our decorative aspects of our home. Mm-hmm. But I do want to ask you, I think there's a lot of confusion about Veterans Day and versus Memorial Day. Can you explain what the difference between the two are?
The biggest difference is Memorial Day is the holiday that, it's more of a somber holiday, I guess. It's to show respect to all those that have served and basically passed on, given their life in a conflict or war. And so it's not exactly a happy, feel lucky, go lucky holiday. Where Veterans Day is more of a thanking all those people who have served in the armed forces. You might see a veteran on the street. It's inappropriate to thank them for their service and just show appreciation. Veterans are pretty humble in nature. They're not out really looking for a lot of glory or a lot of appreciation, but if you do happen to notice one, or if you notice one in a restaurant today or anytime you're out and about, thank them for their service is very much appreciated, and it's a good gesture, especially during this time.
Yeah, Dennis, I appreciate you bringing that up. Because oftentimes, as somebody who hasn't served in the military, we know that it is kind and proper to acknowledge them on days like today. But since I'm not, say, part of the club, sometimes I may feel a little awkward just approaching a veteran or someone with a ball cap on that shows what vessel they served on or what unit they're in. It's those are kind of good tips, so I can know that it is okay.
For sure.
For me to go up and say hello. Anything else you want to just tell the people who are civilians about approaching a veteran?
Veterans they're very patriotic. They've served their country. They wanted to be something bigger than themselves, and it's a special calling. Less than, I believe, only 1% of the entire population has ever served in the military, so it is a pretty select few, but they're a special group of people. And you should never be afraid to go up and ask stories and just talk to them. And if they want to talk about something or if they want to share something with you, they will.
Oh, sure. It's all about how you approach them, correct?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Professionalism, courteous, and appreciation. Appreciation goes a long way.
Sure, sure. So we're on this subject about showing patriotism, and I know that you work for a great nonprofit, local nonprofit. So can you tell us a little bit about the Wall of Honor?
Yes, the Wall of Honor was started about 16 months ago. It's a 501c3 across the state of North Dakota. It's a digital billboard that features active duty veterans, retirees, first responders, all those people that give more of themselves in the community. We currently have 80 locations across the state of North Dakota, and our goal is to be at 100 by the end of 2021.
Wow. It looks like they are, and you guys are going to reach that goal pretty soon, because you said 80 locations and you want to reach 100 by the end of this year.
Yes, that's correct. We're going to get really close. We'll probably get into the mid 90s, but if we can get to 100, we will. That's sort of our goal. So we'll keep pushing until we're done.
Wonderful. And Dennis, we just have a couple seconds left here, but as a veteran yourself, anyone you want to acknowledge today?
Well, I'd like to thank all of my fellow veterans and all the people that I've served with over the 24 years I was in the National Guard. Still some of the best friends and the most amazing people I've ever been associated with. I'd like to say a special shout out to my 3 brothers who also served in the Army National Guard, and have a great Veterans Day to all the veterans out there.
Wonderful. And Dennis, there is an event this afternoon, is that correct, that you wanted to mention?
Yes, the additional event after the Heritage Center event at the Capitol, the local AMVETS here at 2402 Railroad Avenue is going to be putting on a public event. It's open to the public, and it's a small event that takes place, and then afterwards there will be a luncheon to follow, so the public is welcome to attend that as well.
Oh, sure, sure. And real quick, how can people support Wall of Honor?
The best way is to learn about it and just to go on www.thewallofhonor.org. We've got all kinds of information on there. We're always looking for new honorees and new veterans to submit their information, but there's just a lot of information on there that's useful as far as getting maybe an uncle or a grandfather honored on there. Our marketing team does a great job, and usually those slides are up within 48 hours.
Wow, wow. Well, great information that you've let us know, Dennis, and I know I've learned a few things today.
Indeed.
So we do want to thank you for joining us today.
You're very welcome, and thank you so much for having us.
And thanks to Aero Service Team, this has been your home improvement for today.